Hi, Just Music, and welcome from the booth of Erica Synth. Next to me is Leo. Hi, Leo.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Me too. Your latest release, the Perkons at Erica Synth. Please tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, so this is a device we're very proud of. It's something that's been in the works for around a year, and we plan to release it before the end of this year, because we're still ironing out a thing or two with it. But it's basically a back to the basics drum machine. So it's a 4-voice hybrid drum machine, which means the sources are digital and the filter section is analog. So filter and drive for each voice. And it's designed to be incredibly easy to use, and it's a sturdy stage instrument, right? So you have as you can see, for each voice you have a 16-step grid, which allows you to very easily dial things. And a function we really enjoy, we're very proud of putting it on here, is it's quite simple actually. It's just a recorder which allows you to record pretty much every parameter on here. So you can tweak a knob middle of the set and you feel like, oh yeah, well I like this. You hold record and just tweak it a bit and it saves, and you can clear them just as quickly. So it also has, for the 4 voices, it has individual sends and returns for each voice. As you can see, you can basically send each voice through an effects loop if you wish and back to the machine, meaning you can interface it with a lot of analog and digital outboard gear. And it also has individual outs, of course, so you can multi-track record this. And then a function which will be implemented, which we're very proud of as well, is the trigger ins. So these are velocity sensitive, which means that if you have a velocity sensitive drum pad, say, you can connect it to this machine and you have a 4-voice drum synth you can play with velocity sensitive inputs. So it's very versatile in that sense. But at the same time, the built-in effect, the master effect we really have, is a BBD, and every voice is a send to the BBD, meaning there's no reverb and no other fancy effects in here, no multi-effect DSP, but the idea is to just give it something that has character and something that's fun to play. So the key thing here is really approachability. This is a device that pretty much anyone could pick up and just start playing, and it would make sense. If you're at all familiar with an XOX style layout like a 909, this thing just makes sense. And yeah.
Most time, it's the only thing you need is the delay. So
exactly. I mean, I personally prefer reverbs, but this BBD really, it works in this context, because the algorithms for the voices, they're rather grainy, and it's really, I feel, quite a unique sound it can provide. And yeah, well, right now there's also a section, some things are still being worked out, ironed out. For example, the modulation section, which is not yet implemented, will be an assignable LFO with multi-waveforms for different parameters. And also keeping in, the idea of a very approachable, analog feeling machine. We implemented something we call Groove, which, usually there's a shuffle setting. We also have shuffle, of course, for the rhythm and ratcheting. But Groove in this case is, it is like 4 parameters, and it's like, in a 909, for example, you have an analog clock, which around each clock pulse there's a slight deviation, because of imperfection. So we purposely build that in digitally, which allows you to select how it randomizes around the clock pulses. So it's a very nice tool to have live when you want a drum machine and a heavy rhythm that really feels alive and real. And so yeah, that's what we went for.
Cool. What do you like personally most at the Perkons?
What do I like most about it? I mean, there's many things. First of all, it's durability. Form factor is like our Syntrix. It's very, it's big, but it's very wieldy. It's like a sword. But what I really like is actually the color we chose. This is the same interior, the color that's used in the interior of a 1950s Soviet jet fighter. So it really feels like it also could have come out of almost out of like a nuclear power station as a control surface or some military gear. But the name is incredibly dear to us. It's Perkons. This is the name of our Latvian thunder deity, and thunder in our culture is in our animist what would I put it, pagan religion, is a very important deity, because thunder comes with lightning, comes with the rain, harvest, survival, and it's a very powerful deity for us. It symbolizes strength, and we didn't choose this name lightly. So us putting something so culturally significant on this piece of gear really shows how much we believe in it, and how much effort we're all as a team putting into this.
It's kind of a tribute to the Latvian history.
Well, sort of. I mean, like we have a Latvian university professor actually who was helping us design some of the algorithms, and so it's Latvia is a small country where not very many of us are in the world. So if we're going to make something that stands out and has its own character, why not name it after something that's dear to us?
Cool, I like the idea.
HD-01 stands for Hybrid Drum 01, but I like to think of it as high definition.
Cool. Can you give us a little performance on this, please?
Yes, of
Would
course.
be awesome.
Of course.
Wow, Leo, what a performance! Woof!
This is just showcasing some of what it can do. Like I said, there's still going to be a modulation section implemented. The voices will be even better fine-tuned, and we're very excited to bring this to all of you. And I hope everyone's going to enjoy it as much as we do.
Wow, the Perkons Erica Synth new release. This one is heavy, trust me. Leon, many thanks for showing us the gear and for the performance. Full joy the rest of the fair, and that was Just Music together with Erica Synth.